What I really want to do is change the world. And I really want to gather with other people who want to change the world, but feel they are held back by money, time, knowledge, or energy, so that I can give a plan to each of those people working in concert with me on how they can contribute. Because the other thing that I realized about changing the world is that it's planned by a small group of people, but it's executed by teams of people who want the same thing, working towards that goal. If they have time to volunteer, then they volunteer. If they have the energy. If they don't have the energy, they might have the money, or they might have some knowledge, or they might be a messenger. And maybe they think they're too small to be a messenger, but thousands of small voices are equal to the same one, to one big one. If 50,000 people on a social media platform all talk about the same thing, it trends. It also sometimes trends when one person says one thing. But what if we put those two things together? And I know what happens to people who change the world. They die prematurely. I'm already going to die prematurely. I know they get thrown out of their offices for their beliefs. I run my own office, meager as it is, and that is the reason why. I know that some people say they believe one thing, but in their hearts, they don't, and they secretly give money to fund the things that they say they are against. Cool. Put your money where your mouth is. I know there's some people who don't have much to give, or maybe they do have much to give, and one of the things they decided to do was to give to me or to somebody else every month because they believe in that person and what they're trying to do. I've always realized that in doing my activist work, the disadvantage that I have from somebody like, not Sonia Sanchez, Sister Soldier, and you'll find that she writes about this, I'm not exposing anything. She has patronage by key people to help her continue what she's doing. Some of them, at least not in public, don't even fully agree with her, but they believe in her. And then when you read the biographies of famous black people like Billie Holiday and Langston Hughes and Sojourner Truth, you find out that the way they dedicated their whole selves to the cause was to have patrons or do fundraisers. That is how they survived. Some of them were pastors who used church money because that is one of the committees the church had. How are those people better than you? Some pastors do that right now for the right, by the way. I don't want to speak their names. It's part of how you get Republicans for Trump, and I will talk about that. Oh, I hate saying his name. Anyway, by the time you listen to this message, a shorter version of what I'm saying is being put on the front page of my site. I'm also changing all the tiers, not to deny what I promised, because I'm still going to deliver that, but in a way that is organized, that is easily found. Because if I post a talk and I promise to give everybody my talk, if you're a new person, how do you get the one that I already posted? How do you know where it is? Do you know what a hashtag is? Can you dig through my too many categories to find what you need? I'm going to just pin the posts and find a way for them to always link to what is special that you're getting other than what I give to everyone. And what I don't like to gatekeep stuff, which is why I have a hard time with the concept of Patreon and thinking that people will pay me for information that's out in the open. I'm a black woman. I've seen the numbers. I'm not doing the numbers I should be because I leave too many things out in the open. but I don't want to gatekeep things. And then it struck me that on some level, the reason I chose to do this with a Patreon is so that I could have a place to organize with other people. The White Accomplished Homework hashtag, I always meant for that to be a newsletter. My mutual aid project, I always meant that to be a newsletter, because you know what's great about a newsletter? There is no social media platform on earth that can shut down your own newsletter.